Wladimir Klitschko is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Between him and his brother Vitaly, they have all the champion boxing belts that you can have. He also has a Ph.D. from Kiev University, and he speaks, do I get this right, 5 languages?
-1.
4 languages. We're going to conduct this interview in English. Mr. Klitschko, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So basically, your job is that you have to punch really big guys for a living. How do you overcome the fear? Like, most people are not boxers because they just don't want to get hit that much. Are you not a person who's afraid, or is it you've
I don't
learned?
like to get hit. I don't like to get hit. Who likes it? I probably wouldn't do this sport if I was getting hit that much. Yes, I lost 3 fights, 3 times out of 60. And that's why we're getting criticized that our fights, Vitaly, my brother's fights, and my fights are very boring because they're one-sided. We're not giving a chance for our opponents to do anything to us.
So say you met somebody who was not a boxing fan and you were trying to persuade them to come to a match, and that person said, but I don't like to watch people beat other people up. What would you say to said person? What would you say to somebody? Like, what is the...
let me turn it a little bit other way around. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Are you a boxing fan?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, this is irrelevant to the discussion.
I understand, but probably you're not.
I'm not.
Good. That's actually what I was expecting from you. You don't like the sport because it's probably too brutal.
Indeed.
And sometimes, you know, could get a little bloody, as red as your dress, which is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Exactly this type of people like you're gonna jump on a chair, and at the beginning you're gonna be shy, but later on you're gonna jump on a chair, and we will scream, "Hit him!" And by the way, to really convince you, do you know why men does box?
Why do men box?
Men box because we are trying to win a female's heart.
You're 36 and you're unmarried. You must be the worst boxer ever.
Well, probably I'm spoiled.
Your father was in the Soviet military, you said. Am I right that he was involved in cleaning up Chernobyl?
Yes, because he was in service, and my brother was born in Kyrgyzstan, I was born in Kazakhstan, went to Czech Republic. Then later on we were in Kiev from 1985. Next year, in April '86, Chernobyl catastrophe happened. And the first people that were sent to clear it up were military people. A lot of them died either right away or through the years. Unfortunately, my father is one of them. And unfortunately, he made till 64. And he was really suffering in the past years of that.
Speaking of words, you have a Ph.D. from Kiev University.
Yes.
Explain to me what your dissertation was about.
It's a pedagogical control by the young athletes in the age between 14 and 19 years.
So it's about teaching young athletes and the best way to do that.
Exactly. Teach them with the right training program. Because the training program that I was going through was wrong.
Right.
I mean, even if I became a successful sportsman, but it doesn't mean it was right.
You are obviously a world-famous guy, and you're a world-famous guy for fighting. Does this mean you have to avoid bars and places where people like to fight?
That's actually very funny. You picked up the topic that is affecting my life if I'm walking in or walking through the bar at the hotel where I'm staying. I don't like to go there. First of all, I'm not a drinker. Second, there's always someone that has guts and want to fight. I have to admit right here, I never fought in my life outside of the ring. And it was always...
You must have fought with your brother, you know.
I never fought.
You know, like
I never fought
brothers.
before. Okay, yes, I fell in love with the same girl that my school friend fell in love. So we got in a fight, but we were kids.
Right.
But
Did you win?
Since I don't want to tell you that. Since
I don't think you won.
What do you think? Why I do boxing?
I could go either way.
Okay.
When you get in the ring, you've obviously studied your opponent. Well, I've read that you have to recover for 2 weeks. You're a different person after a boxing match for about 2 weeks. How different are you in the ring from how you are now?
I'm not the person right now that I'm a person in the ring. I would compare it to an actor. I drive myself into the character that later on is in the ring. And while I'm watching my past fights to see what the mistakes are, and when I'm not in the training camp, I'm like, this is not me. I'm too concerned, too conservative, too alert or aware or afraid, or like there's too many emotions that you cannot have in the ring.
The fighting mood, is that more like you just becoming more aggressive or becoming less
No,
less
aggression
fearful?
means emotions. Emotions means
Not
you
good.
gotta get off your plan, and that means you're going to lose the fight.
So it's just focus.
You have to be cold-blooded.
You've been asked in the past what your post-boxing career will be, and you have plans, but you're not going to share them. Is that right?
Correct. I don't see a reason to share that.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
A Bond villain?
Yeah.
You know, 007, you could be the villain in a Bond movie. All right, just say it for me one time. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. Just one.
Or I'll be back. How do you like that?
That works too. Mr. Klitschko, thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.